Welcome to the weekly demo offered by the Inclusive Organization Technology team within the International Permaculture CoLab. This project is made possible through funding received from the Next Steps project, which is a funded project within the International Permaculture CoLab. If you would like to know more about this project, you can visit www.perma.earth. The link is also available in the video description. Morning and welcome to today's demo, and we're going to talk about Proton Mail today. So similarly to how we have been structuring these calls, we're going to talk about Proton Mail, the pricing to access this tool. I'll give you a demo of all the features, and then I'll let you know how you can start using it. And that's pretty much it. I hope that you'll enjoy this, and please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below the video. Okay, so Proton Mail is a encrypted email service, first and foremost, and it's can be used by individuals as members of your team so that you can talk securely between each other. Before we launch into the pricing for it, I also want to talk about why. Why should someone use encrypted email rather than your run-of-the-mill free accounts, such as the ones used by Gmail or Hotmail or any other corporations that are very popular out there? One reason for this is to protect yourself. So we know that in Europe, and in other parts of the world, we want to protect the right to protest. What does this have to do with your emails? It has a great deal to do, actually. We know that protests are organized using communication tools such as email and chat tools, and that some of the corporate provided free provided tools are monitored. And the data is being used to curb protest everywhere. We are looking at, if you can have a look, you can have a look at Amnesty International. It's a reputable source. And you can have a read of this article. I will drop in a link about this in the video description. And as you can see, that there's been research, and basically we know that authorities have been using the data to surveil who is participating and organizing peaceful protests, and they're being targeted. So, pricing. It's provided for free, but you can pay for more storage and products starting from $3.99 per month. I think for your run-of-the-mill everyday use, you will not need to pay anything because it provides enough storage already. And here's a handy comparison with what Google provides. So, Proton Mail is free, just like Google Mail or Gmail. But the real price is that you're paying with your data. Google scans all of your emails and basically can pick up on keywords such as whatever, protests or any other keywords that help them to either sell you something, or it will help maybe the government if they put in a request for data for this. Proton is hosted in Geneva, and it is protected by strong Swiss privacy laws. Whereas Gmail is not. It's based in America, and the data is freely given to whoever, to their other third-party companies, to anyone basically who contacts them to access it, really. Proton Mail blocks third-party trackers. Gmail does not. It does not encrypt your emails. Proton encrypts them. It doesn't include ads. And I think the most important thing is that it's open source and independently audited. It's including a free VPN. It also encrypts your contacts. And it's not subject to US surveillance. Remember that US surveillance is not only surveilling the US, but also everyone else. So this is nothing new. I think that it's been in the news a lot. And if you haven't, if you don't know about this, then you can have a look online for documentaries about US surveillance scandals. There's also more information on the Proton email about why this is. Security and transparency, I think, are the most important things when talking about Proton Mail and everyday emails. Apart from the emails, it includes a free calendar, drive, and VPN. And you can have a look through their website to find out more. But the first section of our video covers pricing. Comes with a 1 gigabyte of encrypted storage. Additional gigabytes up to $349 per month for 15 gigabytes, and then you can go to unlimited, which is up to 500 gigabytes with 3 custom domains, unlimited hide my email aliases, and all the features and all Proton services for as little as $7.99 per month. So you can really decide for yourself which is the best solution for you. If I click on compare Proton mail pricing, here's a handy table for it. I will also include this link in the video description, and you can have a look at it here. You can see the free version comes with 1 email address for 1 user up to 1 gigabyte. This is like your basic everyday email address. And then you can add more things as you need and see fit. For Teams, there is also a 6-user package, or you can have basically 6-user package. It has a lot customization possible. And if you have the budget for it, I would recommend it. If you don't have so many users, or you want to go for the Proton Unlimited, it's got 15 email addresses with 1 user, however. So this is not a good solution for your teams, but for the user that has more than 1 email address, maybe your business addresses, and it can support up to 3 custom email domains. And it includes all of these services also named here below, which is the mail, the calendar, the VPN, the drive, and the pass. This is not a new product. It has been around for quite a while, and I can tell you it's a reliable open source software. It's not something that's not tested or that few people have been using. It has over 100 million users. So it's not like, you're going to try something new. This is tried and tested by many users before you. If you are opting for a kind of business setup, then there's also Mail for Business. And these are the pricing for the Mail for Business one. It starts from €6.99 per month per user. And it's got 3 custom emails, the cheapest one, and then you can scale up according to the number of users you have. And yes, that basically covers teams and companies. So it depends really which is more suitable for you, and you can have a look at that. A lot of people that I know have a habit of saving emails for a long time. I would say if you're going for your everyday email addresses, then what you want to do is save what's important outside of the email client and keep that inbox as empty as possible anyway. So then you don't have to pay so much. You can just use the regular Proton Mail account. So that was the pricing section. And now we're going to show you the features. So I'm going to go here. So as you can see, this is the digital circle one that we have. To start a new message, you simply click on new message. You can fill in the tool. You can also add by clicking on this button. You can add an email address from your contacts. I'm not going to click on it so that I don't reveal any contact information. Remember, your contacts are encrypted. You can use the CC and BCC fields like so. You just enter your subject, and here you can write your email. It's automatically encrypted. You can change the fonts and the size if you want to. And if you don't like this little window, you can make it bigger. You can change the background color. the color of the text. You can make things bold, italic, underline. This is the standard kind of features you'd expect. You can bullet point, you can number, you can change the alignment, can add emojis, you can turn something into a quote, you can insert a link, you can test a link, which is pretty good. I can test. So say I wanted to include this. I can test the link. You can see that that works just fine. Now you can see that. I'll put in the emoji. And the hold on that one. And then you can, if you want, you can clear our formatting. So we'll send it in text version. 3 dots. You can insert an image. Load the picture. There you go. You can add it as an attachment or inline. I'm going to go with attachment. I would recommend you also always go with attachment because it's quite a pain. So there it is. If you wanted to preview it, you could click on it. That's me laughing right there. And you can decide which way the text is showing. So in this case, I'm writing in English, so it's showing left to right. But if I was writing in Arabic, I would show it right to left, for example. As you can see, it comes here with a signature that's pre-done. I'll show you how to do that as well. And up here, it shows you also a drop-down, because if you have more than one email set up for this user, then you can pick it here. You can pick the one you want to use. I could send it to myself. Subject, demo. And I can here add more attachments if I want to by simply clicking on that here, this little paperclip. I can send it, or I can click on the arrow here and send it later. So I can decide when I want to send it. Let's say I want to send it tomorrow. As soon as I click this, it's scheduling the message to go out tomorrow. It's really handy if you have like to send reminders or whatever. As soon as I do that, I have, since I clicked schedule, it's going to appear in the scheduled options right here. If I click on it, it will show me the message, and it will tell me when it's going to be sent, and I can edit the schedule if I wanted to. So here I'm back on the edit function. I can make that bigger. And I can reschedule it to send out on Monday, if that's what I want. But that takes a moment, and then it will go in the scheduled folder right there. If I change my mind, from this view, I can have a look. I can mark it as unread. I can move it to trash. I can move it to archive, or I can start a conversation to make it important. In this case, it's a demo email, so I can also delete it because I don't need to send it. But in your case, if it's scheduled and ready to go out, then you would leave it. Once it's gone out, it will go out from there and it will appear in the sent files. In this case, if I go back to scheduled, let's send this demo email out now. Add a draft. As you can see, it's showing two attachments. One is the picture that I've attached, and the other one is my key. I can send that. Okay. So we are in the drafts folder right now. We're going to go in the sent folder. And my demo email that I sent to myself is going to appear up here. And that's what it looks like. Okay. So on the down the menu, we have start. So this is for emails that you have previously marked as start. It may be that there's some to do with this, or you need to pick up later. You can unstart conversations if they're no longer relevant. Right. And here you can have a look at the archive. Things that you have archived from before. Here you have the spam. And next to the spam, you see that there's a little circle here. So this tells me that there's 18 unread spam conversations. If I wanted to delete everything in the spam, I would simply click on this checkbox at the top and then simply move to trash. You can also unspam emails. So if you go through your spam and find something that wasn't spam, then you can simply unspam it. This is where the trash goes. That stuff that was deleted before. You can also empty the trash if you wanted to. And just be mindful that it is asking you if you want to delete permanently, right? So that's yes. And you can see that it's what was 1 of 7 pages. Now it says 1 of 6. So you're deleting a bit at a time. It has a view for all mail. All the emails that are both in the send file and in the inbox. And this is useful if you want to search for a message, for example, demo. Search. So this exactly finds the email I was looking for. And if you can't find it, maybe it went into spam or trash, then you can also click that, include spam or trash. And it runs the search everywhere like this. You can also include has file, is unread or read. So these are all filters at the top, right? And you can also sort messages by newest first, oldest first, largest, or smallest. Depends really what you're looking for. Okay, so we're down to all mail. So folders is a good way of organizing your emails. You can add folders like so. Demo. You can have a parent folder. In this case, I don't want to do a parent folder. Let's say I pick a color. And do I want notifications or not? You can toggle this. Yes, no. The moment it's yes. Then I don't want, so I put it no. And then I want to pick up the email demo to put it in the folder demo. So now you can see that's saved in the folder demo. It's really super helpful if you're organizing your emails is important. Another way to organize the emails is to use labels. And you can see there's some labels here. I'm going to create a new label. In this case, right, I have reached the limit of my labels. So when I try to add new labels, now it's going to ask me if I wanted to upgrade. If you wanted to upgrade, then you would click upgrade now. And it gives me different options of what I can upgrade to. So it offers me a Mail Plus upgrade, which is only for the mail bit. And I can pick to pay monthly or annually. In this case, I don't want to upgrade. You can also change the currency to whichever currency you like. Okay, good. So this is all of the options on the left-hand side here. And the only thing I didn't click on is this Proton applications. And you can see here, I have Mail, Calendar, Drive, VPN, and Pass. However, I'm on the free account. So what happens when I click Calendar? When I click Calendar, it loads the calendar that I have set up for this. It's asking me if the time zone has changed. And let's say I want to keep the current time zone. And I can still change it later from here. So I can pick which one I want. Let's say I want to pick Madrid. If another member of the team would be using this and this is not suitable for them, they just change it. I can change the view from day, week to month. If I click month, you see what that looks like. Here's what the day looks like. And this theme, as you can see, we don't use it. There's also an option to add more calendars. So I could create a calendar and call it demo. There's some options there, notifications, event notifications, and so on. And I can toggle the calendar, so I can switch off what's visible. So if I create here a demo event, I can pick which calendar it should go on, and it changes color automatically. That's what that would look like. One is showing in the past, obviously, because that was early this morning, and one showing right now. So if I change the view to week, you can see what that looks like. And here is the monthly view. And you can toggle the calendars to hide the ones you don't want to see. If I click on this one, you can see that it gives me a summary of it. It also gives me notifications. 15 minutes before, it's going to give me a notification on this website because I'm not using a desktop app. And it's also going to send me an email. If I want to edit it, I would just click that. I can add participants, and that will generate an email to those participants to be able to join that email address. I can delete notifications. Let's say I don't want to receive a notification on the app, only the email. And I can add the description and the location, a regular calendar thing. You can also show it the time zone so that you can change the time zone if it's showing a bad time zone or whatever. I can also change the text and the event title. And I'm going to click save. So because I added a participant, now it's telling me that an invitation will be sent to the added participant. That's fine. Oh, so that's really good. It's done. This is basically the calendar app. If you want to, you can also edit the calendar. So this gives me the information about the calendar, what color events show up as. Let's say I want to change that to orange. I can change the description. I can change the standard event duration, the notifications, and so on and so on. I can also import events. So this is where you have your ICS files. Remember, in a previous demo, we talked about Nextcloud tasks, which generate ICS files. This is where you could import ICS files. ICS files could be for one event or a series of events. In this case, they have a file maximum size of 10 megabytes or 15,000 events. If the file is bigger, then you have to split it in smaller files. They also will tell you how to do that there. And you can choose which calendar you can import the event in. So that's helpful, especially when you're setting it up the first time. And you can also look at more options. Gives you a more complex view of your calendar. On the left-hand side, you can see all the options that come with this. There is import via easy switch. This is when you want to start using the calendar the first time. So you can automatically set up auto forwarding from Gmail, for example. You can import messages as well from Google, Yahoo, or Outlook or other. If you click other, you can basically ask you if you want to import email, calendars, or contacts, which is pretty cool. It's got a security and privacy. You can enable some of these options. And also you can toggle off some of the stuff. Like if you don't want to send crash reports, if you don't want to provide usage diagnostics, remember, not email data, we're talking about diagnostics. So when when the timing's maxing out or whatever, it will never read your emails. It also gives you the option to upgrade to Proton Sentinel. So if I click on this, it will give me the prices for that. Remember first, when I was looking at the mail version, it offered me Mail Plus. With this one, it's offering me Proton Unlimited, which is more options that include the pass, the VPN, the drive, and so on. And if you want to find out more about the Sentinel program, you can have a read through on their website. I will also link this. Let's go to the recovery option. As soon as you try to update the recovery account, obviously it's going to try and verify that. There's also a recovery phone number, so be careful. Obviously, you'd want to set this up to your user account that you have. And it gives you options to toggle recovery phases, device recovery, and everything. Remember that the Proton team does not have access to your account, so it's important that you take care of the recovery setup. It always gives you the options to upgrade if you want to, using 12 months or 24 months option. And the dashboard, in this case, it's giving me information about the mail storage, how much I have left of my mail storage and how much is left of my drive storage in this case. And it gives me, again, the option to upgrade if I want to. I think they make the accessibility really good for upgrading. It's not some kind of mystery. You can also toggle any email subscriptions. So if I don't want to receive a newsletter, and yeah. I think it's really cool that they tell you how many emails that's going to be generating. So that's good. You have freedom to decide. You can get mobile apps for this, and it's really good. I would recommend it. For my account, I have the Proton Mail app on my phone, and you could also have your calendar on there, so it's pretty good. You can download the desktop app if you use it very often. It's got Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. For Linux, there's also it's also split by Debian and Fedora, depending which one you're using, and you can download it from here. This is their general settings for the account, especially for the calendar. Remember that we're still in the calendar view. And you can auto-detect you can change the default view to whatever is your preferred one, and you can send invitations. You can pick the languages that's your mother tongue, for example, or the language that's more spoken between you and your colleagues. There's also an import-export button if you want to import from Google or import from ICS and export. So if I wanted to take all the events from this calendar into a new calendar, I can download this in ICS. I think it's a really cool feature. Then some more trivial things. Here's some customization, how you want this to show. I personally like the lighter ones because my eyesight is a bit poor. But if you like the nighttime versions, here you can have a look at different ones. I think this is my one. You can also change the font. There's some also open dyslexic font if you are dyslexic and want to try it. There's Arial, which is usually most readable of all of these, and you can increase the font size. So for me, for example, large is better because I have poor eyesight. You can have default scroll bars, or you can disable animations. So anything really that's more suitable for you. There you go. Language and time. You can change these here. And that's pretty much it. Account and password is where you want to change. You can also enable two-factor authentication. I would recommend this if you're using this as your primary account or even your secondary, doesn't matter. And that's all there is for this calendar. Remember, the upgrade button is always there on the top, and it tells you which account you're accessing this from here. If you have more than one account, you would be able to switch or add an account here from the top left. It also tells you which account you have. In this case, it's the free account. And next is Drive. Now remember, I'm on the free version. So in this case, there are 2 folders in my Drive. And you can see that my storage here is limited to 2 gigabytes. This is because this account is pretty old, and if I remember correctly, when we set this up, it was included in the free package. If I wanted to upgrade it, then you can see here. I can add things to this. I can add the Drive Plus, which is more, up to 200 gigabyte storage, or I can add it to 500 gigabyte storage, depending on how much I want to invest in it. As you can see, by clicking upgrade, it takes me directly to the Proton Drive dashboard. And here again, it gives me how much storage I'm using. And this is the free, I'm on the free version. So it's giving me 0.5 gigabyte for mail and 2 gigabyte for Drive with 1 email address, 3 calendars, and 1 VPN connection. But with Drive Plus, you can have more things. Same as before, it gives you recovery options and so on and so forth. Remember, if you change the appearance from here, it will change for all of them. I go back to Drive. This is what we have. We have WordPress plugins. This is where we save them. I can also create a new folder to show you how that works. New folder, demo. I open that, and in it I can create a file or create a new document. And this is what the new document looks like. You can change the heading, the thing. Some different options here. You can change the size. You can change all of this. It's pretty straightforward. Different options you can run through here. Then you can edit or view it, and you can share it. You can share it with different people. It works pretty much the same like a kind of Google Drive document if you like. You can change the name of the document. And here, add a table or an image. That's an image of me making a fool of myself. Some different things. So now you can see what that looks like. And you can customize this as you like. I go to viewing, then I won't be able to edit it, but I can see it now. And I can share it with other people. Let's see, I share it with myself. So this includes message and file name in the invite email. Hello. I can change permissions, editor or viewer. In this case, I'm happy for this person to edit it. That's done. It's showing as pending because I haven't accepted from the other side. I'll show you what it looks like in a moment. And here you can also add comments. You can see the comment bubble turns up here. Some comments. And the comments now show here. There we go. So, and you can see who's made the comment. So I go on my email addresses now. You can see there's email addresses from before. The first one was the email that I sent myself. With you can see here the public key, what I told you before, and the picture of myself, and here's the edited email. Here's the invite for the event from before. And you can see what that looks like, and it comes with an ICS file, which I can accept. But I'm not gonna do that because it's a demo. And now I'm waiting for the invite. Okay, we'll check that later. I can toggle the view for the comments. And on the left-hand side, I can rename the document, make a new document, make a copy, see version history. No version history for this one because I've just created it. But if you were editing over a number of days, it would show there. You can print it. And it would look like this. And you can download it. These are the different options it gives you. This is a markdown or document. You can download in plain text, HTML or docs. And you can open the drive. So this takes me back to the drive. So on the drive now, we can see the folder that I created, and it is the document I created. I can also see if I can sync files to my computer, if that's what I want to do. I can see photos. I can also add more photos. I can back up my photos from my phone, which is pretty handy if I want to do this. I can also see what's shared with me. In this case, not at the moment, nothing, but what I have shared and what's shared with me. That's the two different views. And I can see what's in the trash if something's been binned. It always gives you an idea of how much you have left. If you need to make space, obviously you can also go back here and delete any files you don't no longer want. By clicking move to trash. You can also download it, you can share it, you can move to a folder, you can rename it, and you can have a look at the details. And these are the details that we have. And that's all from these three buttons on the side here. Right, you can share not only a document, but also a folder. So if I click this, and I can add myself. Now you can see that it's pending because I haven't accepted the invite yet. And you can see on the top, this little icon appears, which means it's shared with others. And I can manage the share by clicking on it and changing. Like I can remove access, resend the invite, or make into viewer. There's also extra settings here. You can set an expiration date, set a password to it, or stop sharing it. So if I go now to my email addresses, I have no. Okay, so that's pretty much the drive. We've seen everything. Settings takes me back to some different settings here. As you can see, this is yeah, just cosmetic, but you can also click all settings and it will take you to the settings folder. Other things, VPN. On the free one, I've got one VPN connections to a possible 247 servers in 8 countries. That's a lot. Or I can buy the plus, which is also priced at this amount. I really like that they customize all the different bits, so you don't have to have every service if you don't want it. And you can have a look here on the side, all the different options as before. There's also an import button, same as before, basically. And then the VPN, it can be helpful if you can't access content from a specific country, so you can change to a VPN in that country and then it will let you use it. This is the pass. And this is all the pass stuff that you can do. You can create a login, create a hide my email alias, create a credit card, create an encrypted note, or import passwords. So all of this like a password manager or encrypted note generator and so on. Credit cards for one-time use if you don't want to use your regular credit card to purchase something. Same for hide my email if you were filling in something and you want to be quite anonymous about it, and create logins. You can explore all of these once you have it set up. And here you can see all the different vaults. You can create as many vaults as you want. A vault is simply like a folder that's also encrypted. And you can have a look at different options here on the side for it. And you're also able to upgrade this if you want to. So these are the options for the different pass options. We were on the Proton free, which had unlimited logins and nodes, unlimited devices, passkey supported. So this is where you could use it to store your passwords, for example. You can upgrade this to Plus or Unlimited, and the Unlimited comes with everything else as well, or you can just update the Plus one, which is $1.99 per month. In this case, it's because I clicked it from my account directly, it's already picked this up here. I can switch the account or create a new account if I don't want it associated with this email address. And it also gives me different review of different benefits for it. And obviously the checkout includes this is where I put my payment details. What I find very good with this is that you can store your passwords in a secure place that's encrypted and only available to you. You can integrate a 2FA authenticator with it. And also that it tells you, so there's alerts for compromised emails and vulnerable passwords. This is pretty cool because you can keep an eye on your passwords, and maybe if something's vulnerable or not quite right, you can either delete that account where that account's vulnerable, or if you absolutely need it, then you should change your password. So this is very good. It's very good security system for all of your needs just in the one go. We had a look at a lot of features today. Let's go back for a moment. Yeah. We have explored all of these features. The basic one is the mail, but you have also seen the calendar, the drive, the VPN, and the pass. And I recommend that you really think about switching to an encrypted mail service. Proton Mail is an excellent alternative to Google Mail or Yahoo or Hotmail or any other corporate free accounts, because they are using your data against you. That's it for today. We have covered pricing and features. The next thing that you would do if you wanted to do this, you would simply go to proton.me, create a free account. It's going to ask you automatically which plan you want to go for. So if you want to go for the free one at first, you can click Get Proton for free. They have a super offer right now, so this is pretty cool. If you want to get that deal, you would click on this, or you can continue for free. Pick a username that makes sense to you, maybe your name and your surname, or the name of your project. Pick a good password. Make sure you are creating a secure password. If you don't have a secure generated password like me, I have a generator that does that work for me. And username something significant. You create a free account, and automatically you'll be able to get started with this. You can change the language to the language that's more suitable to you. There will be a verification process, which simply involves you setting up a backup email and verifying it from there. And you can then simply log in via the login page. I hope that you have enjoyed today's demo. Remember that your data and your privacy is important, even if you don't think so right now, but it may be important in the future. And so taking the necessary steps to protect yourself is important. We'll see you next week for the next demo.